Hi everybody, it's Tammy. 2008 gave us 6 Matoran of Light, or AvMatoran sets. However, 3 of them had been mutated and turned into Shadow Matoran by the Makuta. So we've got Tenma, Solek, and Photok, and then the Shadow Matoran are Radiak, Gavla, not Galva, and Kairop. I'm going to start with Radiak here in all of his creepy crawly glory, and because he's taking up the most space. And I thought I'd brighten his colours up, and I imagined that before mutation he would look a little bit something like this. Now, I always thought that the G2 masks would actually make quite good noble versions of the masks we didn't see noble versions of in 2008, and I've given him the Hero Factory limbs because they're the only limbs that came in red for that kind of AvTauran building system. Let me just make a bit more space here as we move on to Gavla, not Galva again. Here she is in all of a dark blue, menacing look. Not really an original decision by LEGO to make the female one blue again when they didn't have to. I'm going to take her away, unmutate her, and release her back into the wild. Here we go. Gavla, of course, didn't actually really want to be made of Matoran of Light again, but this one was a bit tricky because the closest match I could get between mask and limbs is this light blue and dark azure mixture, but I think it kind of works okay. I've also tried to give all of these Matoran weapons that kind of resemble or a link to their Shadow Matoran weapons, kind of less sinister versions. And then finally we have got Kairop, who was the leader of the village. And I've kept his limbs to retain his colour scheme, but I've given him these garly hooks, as they look kind of like his mutated weapons. And that's the lot. I know they're pretty simple, but is there anything you'd change? I was considering using CCBS pieces originally, but decided to stick with the AvTauran limbs just to make them blend in better. Oh, and if you're wondering about Vykan, the Lematoran who came with Mutran, an interesting piece of lore is that when Mutanui healed all of the mutations at the end of 2010, he actually decided to keep his form because he wanted to use it as a reminder of his past. Also, we don't know what mask he wore before he became a Shadow Matoran, and the same goes for Voltraz. That's all for now, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye!